sometimes TV shows go through major art changes. Sometimes they could be like super major to where like you first look at it and it's like, whoa, what the heck happened? Literally from let's say this episode to that episode, it's like the big change happened. Sometimes it's a small change, but a lot of times it'd be major changes if you really watch the show. So today we're gonna take a look at some shows where like some people like didn't care. A lot of people, majority of people didn't care really about the art change. Like there's a lot of shows where you can look at the art change and people like really stop watching the show because of it. But these shows, I feel like, well, for me, maybe y'all agree with it, let me know. For these shows, the art change happened, I was like, oh good, or like I didn't really notice till after the whole show was over. So make sure you like and sub up. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we're gonna get straight into this. First, we got my goatee. I'm 24. But first, we got Ben 10. Now, Ben 10, greatest show of all time. If you ever see my videos and I bring up Ben 10, I could literally talk about Ben 10 for the whole video and just have a smile on my face that you can't see. But Ben 10, I feel like the art style, the change, I'm talking about from Ben 10, the original, to like Alien Force, the Ultimate Alien here. I feel like, now Omniverse is different. I feel like a lot of people had issues with Omniverse's art style. But maybe it's because I was super young. But like, I didn't really see like issues. And again, I am a Ben 10 glazer, but I didn't really see nobody ever have an issue. I never really hear anybody talk about, oh, the change from the original classic to the Alien Force art style was tragic, and they should, like, usually when you hear stuff about like art style changes being like bad, quotation marks, even though I don't think Omniverse is bad at all, go watch it if you haven't. But Omniverse art style is where people really be like, okay, why did they change it up like that? But like from original to like Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, I feel like that was a good change. Like it really upgraded from what they did originally. It just people feel like they went backwards with Omniverse, which I don't think at all. But like I'm the wrong person to ask. You could put Ben 10 in literally anything as long as it's Ben 10. I'm there. You can't put me in a boardroom with people talking negative about Ben 10. I might crash out. I might go to jail. I'm not gonna crash out. But you can't like ask me anything like, hey, what can they fix with Ben 10? Nothing. Ben 10's the GOAT. Like I'm 100%. I was about to say something crazy, but I'm a Ben 10 ride or die. I'm gonna leave it at that. Like you can't convince me as to, I don't care if it's trending and somebody say, hey, you're gonna get 1 million views if you talk. No. Ben 10 is the greatest of all time. There's none you could change. I'm not no tryhard when it comes to TV shows and cartoons and stuff. But Ben 10 is the greatest of all time. I don't care what happened. I don't care what nobody say. But the art style, I felt like it was a good change, and I feel like nobody really cared. Like, I'm telling you, when you hear about art style change discourse, it's really Omniverse. Next is Gumball. This one I feel like was like, I wouldn't classify, I mean, would y'all classify as a major change? Like, look at the first season of Gumball, like these clips right here, where it's like their eyes are like super wide. Look at, bro, Mr. Smalls, right? Like, Mr. Smalls, bro, look at him and like, the way he looked, just, I don't know. I don't know what it is for me. I definitely could tell a difference, obviously. As you get later in the season, like, you could definitely tell a difference. Even I think season 2 to, like, the next seasons after that really changed. And I don't know about y'all, but I can go back and watch the old Gumball, but this art style is just ingrained in my brain, even though it's weird how that works for me sometimes. But their eyes are more wider. It's not like a vertical type thing. It just looks, maybe it's just like HD in times, but this show came out when HD was out, obviously. It ain't that old. I ain't that old. Nobody's really that old, right? But it's like, it's more clear, it's more HD. I just like these versions of them, which sounds crazy, better than like, I'm be real, I can't go back and watch the first seasons of Gumball. I can only really watch, even though it's funny, I can look at clips and stuff, but I'd rather preferably, I'm trying to use big words, watch the episodes in the new HDer form where they look a little bit better. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tweaking. But sometimes it's like when it's like with Johnny Test. Like I can only watch the seasons like 3 or 4 and later, because that's when it turns like a little bit more HD and it's more clear and it's better for me. Like the first few seasons of Johnny Test, I can't go and watch it. I can't. It's same with Gumball. I can watch maybe if I go back and look at it, but it's just like, it just looks way, like this version, this one right here on the screen, looks way better than the season 1 and season 2 version. I don't know what it was, but I guess it's just like if you comparing it, because we know now in hindsight. But I didn't really see much discourse when it came to it. Let me know. I didn't really see people complain about that. That's a good change to me in my books. I'm just saying. Next, we got Regular Show. Now, Regular Show, is another one of those shows where I just feel like it just got more HD. Now, regular show, when regular show come out? Like 2010, right? Dang, did regular show really come out in 2010? Did I just make that up? What are we in, 2026? No way, because I still remember like the airings of regular show when it first came out. I'm not old, I promise. But I like the jump from the first season to like the later seasons, you could definitely tell it got a little bit more outline, a little bit more HD. And I think that's what it really comes down to. There's a little bit more outline. Now this one wasn't super major. I guess you could say some people are saying stuff about like what was that called? It was called dang, what was it called? It was the Lost Tales. Tales of the Lost Tales? Lost Tapes. The new one, people are looking at that like, I don't know. But after watching it, I don't really got a problem with it ain't really new. I don't know. It's just like you could definitely tell the difference. I prefer the later seasons of regular show art style, I'm not gonna lie. Can I watch the older seasons? Yeah, I don't got a problem with it. Ever since the Lost Tapes come out and they changed, and I realized I could just watch it just to watch it. But you could definitely tell a difference, like more shading, more HD. And again, that's a change that nobody really like. Look at Margaret. Ain't nobody really worried about. Like I didn't hear not one. I heard more people talk about the change from the later seasons to the tail of the tapes. That's what Lost Tapes. Why I keep calling it that? What show is that? The Lost Tapes. I heard more people chatter about like the graphics and like art style of that over like the more HD version when they transferred over to more HD, more like outline, more like whatever else you want to word you want to use. I ain't really like a magical genius when it comes to that. But like I said, regular show, I don't know. Maybe y'all felt differently. Did y'all like the change? Y'all let me know, man. But I didn't really see that much of a big deal with it. I liked it. Next one we got is Ninjago. Now for this one, I feel like I had like multiple major changes, but I feel like the biggest one. Now this one, I feel like a lot of people did talk about it in a negative way. I didn't talk about it in a negative way myself, but I did, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, this was like one of the first ones where I was like, whoa. Cause I didn't watch the movie. Like I seen clips of the movie, but I ain't never sat down and really watched the movie. So when they went from the movie to like the graphics, so basically Ninjago went from like kind of stiff-ish. I feel like every Lego show that came out like early 2010s, 2011, whatever, was like really stiff and whatever. To like they upgraded, got a little bit more glossy, a little more, HD-ish. And then like that big jump from what they look like, bro. Look at Ninjago when it first came out versus like after the movie. Like I even think the episode literally after the movie, they kind of like you know what I'm talking about if you've seen. They kind of like panned out and showed people and like had a pause and like in between it and like played some music in the background because like they knew like people would look at this. If you really paid attention to the show, people would look at that and be like, whoa, they look completely different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the one biggest change. I feel like that change people talked about, but even if people did talk about it in a negative way, they got over it real quick. Ninjago's got to be like in a winner award for longest running series that was never bad. Like if you could probably go through and try hard and pick a season that was the worst season ever, but I'm telling you, Ninjago's got to be like, bro, they're still going with Dragons Rising. And I don't think it's gonna stop. They're gonna come back. I'm telling you, whatever they're doing with Ninjago now, it's gonna come back after they finish Dragon Rising, which I don't know if they'll ever do. It's gonna come back. They always find some way to come back. I don't know how they do it, but they're gonna find a way. But this graphic change, art style change, whatever you call it, big improvement. Like I don't think people are complaining, but like you never know. People probably were. And that'll do it. Like y'all said, if you made it this far in the video, usually I do 4 shows. We leave it there. Obviously, there are other shows that have this type of issue, but we're going to stick to those 4. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like and sub up if you enjoyed this. Did these little art style changes affect you? Were you like me and didn't care at all? Was it like after the show ended, I looked at some of this, I'm like, bro, the first few seasons of these shows, I really can't look at, bro. It's just like, it ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, except Ben 10. Ben 10's a GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I don't know what. Yeah, Ben 10 out of this conversation. The other shows, yeah, the first few seasons, like, I'd rather watch the later season because of the art style. Ben 10, bro, I don't care. Ben 10's the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Like I said, make sure you like and sub up, man. Appreciate everybody that makes it this far. I usually be yapping at the end of the video, I'm gonna be real. So make sure you like up, sub up. I appreciate everybody, man. Look at Ben, man. We can end it with Ben. It's Why didn't I end it with Ben? Why didn't I end it with Ben?